Hello, kids! Welcome to an enchanting Snow White animated story set in the magical Candy Kingdom fairy tale. In the sugary realm of the Candy Kingdom, where rivers flowed with chocolate milk and clouds rained sprinkles, lived a young princess named Snow White. Her skin was as pale as fresh marshmallow fluff, her lips red as cherry licorice, and her hair black as midnight fudge. Snow White was beloved by all, for her kindness was sweeter than honey, and she could bake the most delectable treats that made even the grumpiest Gumdrop smile. As we open on the vibrant Candy Kingdom, with chocolate rivers winding through candy cane trees and sprinkle-covered hills, we see Snow White standing kindly in the center, baking treats surrounded by happy gummy bears and jellyfish. Her gentle stirring brings joy to all, but not everyone was happy in this confectionery paradise. The wicked Queen Sourpatch, with her face twisted like a lemon drop gone bad, ruled with a tart fist. Jealous of Snow White's popularity, inside her dark tart castle, with twisted lemon walls and sour vines, Queen Sourpatch stands jealously, her face twisting in a frown as she raises her fist. She consulted her magic mirror, a shiny sheet of taffy that reflected truths in swirling colors. In her chamber with swirling taffy walls, she hisses to the mirror, leaning forward, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the sweetest of them all?" The mirror bubbled and replied in a gooey voice, shifting back in rage as the mirror bubbles. "Snow White is the sweetest, my queen, with her heart pure as vanilla bean." Enraged, the queen plotted to rid the kingdom of her rival. She disguised herself as a candy vendor and offered Snow White a poisoned apple turnover, laced with bitter wormwood extract. At the bustling candy carnival, with cotton candy stalls and sprinkle paths under pink skies, the disguised queen extends the poisoned turnover, inwardly cackling. "One bite, dearie, and you'll sleep forever," she cackled inwardly. Snow White, ever trusting, reaches out to accept it amid the festive booths. The world spins in a kaleidoscope of colors, pink skies blurring into blue, as she bites and collapses, still as rock candy. The kingdom mourned, believing her lost to a mysterious sugar crash. In the throne room with wilted banners and soured fountains, Queen Sourpatch raises her arm triumphantly, declaring sour rule as subjects mourn, declaring a new era where sweets were banned, and only pickled treats allowed. But fate had other plans. A band of 7 quirky candy miners, dwarves made of gingerbread, found Snow White in the peppermint forest. Amid lollipop trees and gumdrop bushes, the dwarves surround the still Snow White. Doc Licorice leans forward with his stethoscope, exclaiming, "By my crumbs!" She's not gone, just in a deep candy coma. There was grumpy Gumdrop, standing arms crossed in the minty forest, happy Honeycomb, hovering slightly with joy, sleepy Sherbet, nodding his head sleepily on ice cream cones, Bashful Bonbon peeking shyly in the foliage, Sneezy Sprinkles twitching his nose sneezily, and Dopey Donut stumbling clumsily through the bushes. The dwarves carried her to their gingerbread cottage. Outside the icing-roofed cottage among lollipop trees, they gently lift and carry Snow White inside to the cotton candy bed, hoping for a miracle. Days turned into weeks. The dwarves mined for chocolate diamonds in the glowing caves with toffee rails, swinging pickaxes, singing merrily, "Hi-ho, it's off to chew we go." Inside the cozy cottage by the flickering fireplace, they lean gently, sharing tales around her bed. Grumpy grumbled, "Why bother? She's just another princess problem." But Happy countered, She's got a heart of gold, literally like caramel." Meanwhile, the Candy Kingdom suffered under Queen Sourpatch's reign. Crops wilted, vines turned brittle, the chocolate river soured. Animals fled in droves. Whispers of rebellion stirred, led by brave knight Prince Peppermint. In the wilted kingdom under dark skies with fleeing gummy bears, Prince Peppermint mounts his taffy unicorn, raising his toffee sword to set out on his quest. He had admired Snow White from afar at royal balls. Hearing of her fate, he journeyed through the treacle swamp, galloping forward through sticky tar pits and twisted trees in murky fog, dodging traps, and over the Jawbreaker Mountains, climbing rocky peaks, dodging rolling candy boulders. Back at the cottage, Snow White stirred slightly when a beam of sunlight melted a drop of dew onto her lips. In the cozy interior, she stirs subtly on the cotton candy bed as sunlight beams in. The dwarves experimented with antidotes. Sleepy tossed it drowsily toward the bed. Sneezy jerked his head in a powerful sneeze, releasing peppermints. Dopey clumsily shifted his arm to drop the donut. Nothing worked until Doc held the book thoughtfully, stating a kiss of true sweetness could break the spell as Grumpy, Happy, and Bashful listen with head tilts. Word reached the dwarves of Prince Peppermint's approach, but so did the Queen's spies, sour worms slithering through the underbrush. The Queen, learning Snow White lived, brewed a storm of acid rain to dissolve the forest. Thunder boomed like popping candy, and lightning flashed in neon colors. The climax unfolded in a whirlwind of animation magic. Prince Peppermint burst into the clearing, his taffy unicorn rearing up as sour worms attacked. The dwarves fought back with candy catapults. Grumpy hurled gumdrops that stuck enemies, Bashful tossed bonbons that exploded into confetti, and Happy buzzed around distracting with joyful dances. Queen Sourpatch arrived on a chariot pulled by black licorice whips, shrieking, "You'll all melt away!" unleashing a wave of bitter syrup. The prince clashed swords with the queen, toffee against tart thorns. Sparks flew like fireworks, illuminating the candy chaos. In a twist of fate, Dopey tripped over a root, sending a barrel of molasses tumbling. It coated the queen, slowing her down. Seizing the moment, Prince Peppermint dodged her attacks and reached Snow White. With a gentle kiss, sweet as peppermint perfection, her eyes fluttered open. Color returned to her cheeks, rosy as strawberry jam. Revived, Snow White joined the fray. Her voice, pure and melodic, sang a spellbinding lullaby that turned the sour worms into harmless gummy worms. The queen's power weakened. Her taffy mirror shattered, revealing her true form, a withered prune of a witch. Defeated, she fled into the bitter bog, never to return. The Candy Kingdom rejoiced as Snow White and Prince Peppermint returned triumphantly. The dwarves were hailed as heroes, rewarded with lifetime supplies of their favorite treats. Grumpy even cracked a smile, though he'd deny it. Wedding bells rang, made of chocolate chimes, and the couple exchanged vows under a canopy of spun sugar. From then on, the kingdom flourished sweeter than ever. Snow White ruled with fairness, ensuring every citizen had access to joy and jelly beans. The dwarves visited often, turning the palace into a hub of laughter and invention, like self-mining chocolate veins. And so, in this animated tale of triumph over tartness, they all lived happily ever after, in a world where kindness was the ultimate candy. Good night, little dreamers. See you again with another exciting story. Bye-bye.